A while ago, I came across this book with phenomenal artwork, absolutely unbelievable artwork, and the architecture is completely astounding. And it's from the 1800s in a book called View de Prague. So it is Prague, and holy good lord. I know a lot of these things are still standing today. I'm not sure exactly which one. I haven't brushed up on my narrative Wikipedia history of all of these things, and I don't really care. I'm really here to admire the artwork, the architecture, and theorize about some stuff, because I think that this is the representation of what was lost and what was all over America and what was just natural, what was naturally occurring until the destruction. Look at that, 285 views of this book. Dear God. Unbelievable. And it doesn't name the artist, sadly, or the technique they used, but it's definitely some form of art, and it's absolutely perfect. The lighting, the clouds, the structure, the format, the technical, the detail, it's like, wow. What an incredible art. And look at the walls, look at the buildings, and you can notice how none of these buildings appear mud flooded. Like, that's what we see. There was clearly something. This is like this looks like a garden. It looks like the world as a garden, as paradise, as imagined if it were to be sculpted, cared for, groomed by people that really knew about what the world was. And the balls, the metal, the gold, with possibly mercury and other ethereal devices and liquids in there, the patterns, the everything. And I don't know if there was communication, the ether, maybe they could tap into the noosphere, maybe they had just frequencies that allowed for all different things, the bells and symbol in harmony with all of this, but the sculptures, the statues, the steeples, the everything, my God. What a phenomenal place. That is definitely not just a place of worship. And if so, wow, it's not the same religions that are around today. Look at that. That looks phenomenally old. Looks like it could be potentially different layers. Like, how old? Thousands of years. But all of these things lasted until, some are still around, but the 1800s, this type of world lasted, and then the people started coming in, documenting it. The suits, the hats, all started to appear everywhere, and the narrative started to be born. The stories, the fables, the myths were started to be taught by people, but all the while this was being slowly destroyed, country by country, piece by piece, places that people would never know about. And the ones that were getting destroyed now, like Tibet and different ones, they're even taking down Notre Dame. I wonder how many phases there were in time when people were like, damn, they took down, the Rocky Mountains. They took down the Colorado River civilization, and other people around the world heard that. Because to think that these worlds weren't connected at one point is absolutely preposterous. To think that any civilization that could build these buildings, this architecture, would clearly figure out how to sail across an ocean that people have gotten lost on and accidentally come across. There's just no way around it. These people were capable of detailed maps clearly from the sky, balloons, boom. You could take a balloon over. You could take a balloon up north. You could take a balloon everywhere. So something was pure, something was beautiful. Water. They treated water like it was the precious source of everything in life that it is. Everything here looks groomed. Nothing looks like dirt paths, like, oh, they're being built, it's construction. I have a feeling this whole world was constructed just like this, beautifully. By who, I have no idea, but all together, all unified, all existing harmoniously, until this nastiness came in that is still just ruining everything today. And these Arc de Triomphes, boom, it's just a bridge there. How many of these things were given different meanings, different symbols, different powers over time that they didn't deserve? And how many, more so, what was on top of that even? But look at that. To think that those aren't a device of some sort. It clearly is an instrument, a power device, an ethereal generator, an energy source, an energy resonator. There's no way that it's for design. There's no way any of this. And look at the detail of that drawing. How is that even possible in that small amount to include so many different distance style, like arches and roads? Like, what? how it would have to be, I don't even understand. Such precision, such perfection. And those walls, they look like the ancient, like that is what I would picture at the foundation of so many buildings. Something that strong that is able to support all those things throughout hundreds and thousands of years. They have to be made perfectly. They were designed to exist by withstanding any type of natural weather. The only thing they couldn't withstand was pretty much gunpowder and dynamite and explosive might. But I have a feeling they were built to withstand anything else. And look at these, just this time period. Imagine this, us looking out there, seeing that, breathing that air, drinking that water, seeing that light, knowing what they knew, thinking what they thought. Like, they probably may have known these architects. They would know the true stories of these buildings, of these creators, these masters, not the Freemasonic frauds that we've been taught to believe, and the absolute nonsense evil that we've been just deceived into believing is better than it should ever be considered. And we miss out on the truth and the reality of all of these absolute perfect wonders that are just below us, in rubble, in the dust, in the stone, in the rock. And we need to discover their magic again. And really, it's fun to think about and envision this type of world, and I hope we can bring it back, or we can find more places beyond the poles that are just like this, set up in the perfection, gardened by the masters, and just so beautiful that we can't even fathom. Maybe these ones pictured here are just like the worst out in the next realm. The shacks. Who knows? It's great to wonder about all of this beauty. And so I hope you all enjoyed this book. Check out the art. Add some theories below. And if you're from Prague, say what's up. Let us know what's still around. Bless you all.